Meet the Mahindra XUV700, an all-new Indian SUV aimed directly at 7-seat versions of Australia's most popular mid-size SUVs like the Mitsubishi Outlander and Nissan X-Trail. I'm here at the national launch for our first drive. Let's check it out. After 5 years in the wilderness, Mahindra is finally on a roll, and the new XUV700 arrives in Australia just 2 months after the all-new Mahindra Scorpio. Measuring just under 4.7 metres long overall, the monocoque platform XUV700 is the exact same length as the Mitsubishi Outlander, and actually about an inch longer than the Scorpio, although it's a bit narrower and about 100mm lower. But the car-based petrol-engined front-wheel drive XUV is not only significantly cheaper than the Scorpio, not to mention better equipped, particularly in terms of safety, it's also significantly cheaper than its direct rivals. 2 model variants are now on sale in Australia, with the entry-level AX7 priced from just $36,990 drive away and the flagship AX7L from $39,990 drive away. That makes the 700 pricier than the diesel-powered XUV700 it replaces, but means it's still Australia's cheapest 7-seat vehicle and significantly more affordable than 7-seat front-drive versions of both the Outlander and Honda CR-V. No cap price service program has yet been announced, but the XUV700 will come with Mahindra Australia's generous 7-year, 150,000k factory warranty, including roadside assist. The 700 looks pretty cool for a Mahindra, and both grades come with plenty of fruit as standard, including a huge panoramic sky roof which covers the first 2 rows of seats, 18-inch diamond cut alloy wheels, flush fit door handles that are claimed to be first in segment, and LED headlights, taillights and DRLs. Under the bonnet, which when lifted activates the hazard lights, is Mahindra's latest 2-litre turbo petrol M Stallion 4-cylinder engine through a 6-speed Aisin automatic transmission as standard. So if the Scorpio set a new standard for Mahindra in terms of interior design, then the XUV goes another step further, with a spacious, airy and classy cabin that's packed full of technologies led by this twin super screen array that's operated by a centre rotary dial. Other standard interior features include leather steering wheel and gearshift trim, 6-way power adjustable driver's seat with memory, rain sensing wipers, push button starting and dual zone climate control. So I'm not sure how this all white interior trim is going to stand up to typical Aussie family abuse, but fit, finish and materials quality here is on par with any of its Japanese rivals. And I'm not sure why, but weirdly, the entry-level model doesn't come with a telescope steering wheel adjustment. It doesn't have a wireless phone charger. It doesn't have an electric park brake. It doesn't have electric pop-out door handles or a 12-speaker sound system. But all XUV700s come standard with this massive widescreen display. 10.25-inch digital driver's instrument cluster, 10.25-inch infotainment display. It's intuitive, it's quick to react, and it's very high resolution. Also standard from base level is wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone mirroring, Bluetooth hands-free audio, a 6-speaker AM/FM stereo with sound staging, and USB outlets both front and rear. But there's no native sat-nav, head-up display or digital radio. Unlike the Scorpio, which won't follow suit until its midlife facelift, the XUV700 brings a full suite of active and passive safety features from launch, although some of them are not fitted at base level, and there's no sign of a local ANCAP safety rating yet, only a 5-star score under the less stringent global NCAP regime. Second row headroom and legroom is really pretty good. There's air conditioning outlets for all 3 rows, airbags for all 3 rows, USB outlets for the front and middle row, a clever one-touch tumble forward folding mechanism to access the 3rd row, which unfortunately is a kids-only zone. Packaging is pretty good here for a mid-sized 7-seat SUV, but as you can see, there's not much space behind the 3rd row when it's in place. But there is a full-size spare underneath, and that allows the rear seats to fold flat and create a pretty decent load space. So behind the wheel, the XUV700 is a lot like its design, with a ride handling combination that is like no other Mahindra before. That's not to say it's class leading in any respect, but I think they've done a really good job here of ride and handling. The steering is very light at low speeds, firms up nicely at speed, but it never feels really sporty, a little bit dead on the straight ahead. Not as good as, say, a Mazda CX-5. Very quiet, very refined. Ride quality is firm, and the upside of that is body roll is kept well in check in corners, but perhaps a little bit brittle on high amplitude bumps. Perhaps the biggest downside here is a lack of headroom. Taller drivers will struggle. I'm not that tall, but I feel like I'm looking under the top of the windscreen here and not through it. Driver aids are effective and audible. You can turn them off, but you have to go through the menu system via the steering wheel. All in all, a pretty good effort in terms of dynamics, refinement and performance. Yes, the XUV700 is easily the best Mahindra yet, and it deserves to attract plenty of Aussies because of its considered design, engineering and technology, and not just because of its long warranty and low price.